difficult to actually think of a reason to nominate him because he's actually one of those all-round good blokes, and that's the honest truth. And I think he'll actually make it to the end.
Accepted. For 1 point, who do you nominate as your next biggest threat, and why?
I would have to say Andrew. Andrew, I've noticed in Friday Night Games, is a very competitive player, and I can actually see him winning again and again, and that can also prevent him from being nominated. Also, just in the house in general, he's kind of like one of those people that do everything for everyone. He's a bit of like a father figure in a way, and there's no other reason to nominate him. He doesn't do anything wrong to anyone.
Why would he be a more worthy winner than you?
I don't think he would. I'm just saying overall, I think his strongest point at the moment would be winning Friday Night Games, and I think that's going to really push him to the end. So I wouldn't say he is worthy than me, but I just think he's very competitive.
Accepted.
Yeah.
That is all.
Thank you.
Well, I think Zoran did very well there. They had to deal with a sudden change of angle with Big Brother's new request, and Zoran, of course, has a broken heart after Susanna, so he pulled himself together well. After the break, we'll find out who allegedly funniest guy in the house, Joel, Billy, who still has hair like a girl, and Have You Heard Me Sing, Laura, perceived to be the greatest threats to their household longevity. And Sassy Sarah and Susanna will join us on stage, so watch out, boys.
This is laughter yoga. We are Bollywood extras! Yes!
I just think about stretching your body out, just like a dolphin.
Did I do it?
Mighty effort there from the very brave Joel, who is learning to swim whilst in the house. Welcome back to Big Brother Live nominations, where we've already popped one bunger in the nomination letterbox and have 11 more to go. Now remember that tonight Big Brother has ordained that all our housemates must only nominate for reasons of threat or competition. And joining us now for the continuation of this enlightening journey is last night's evictee and our very own Gucci grasshopper, Susanna. All right, now you hooked up again with your boyfriend last night. Is the relationship still going strong?
Still going strong. I'm still in a relationship.
Yeah. So do you include the period of time, you know, when you go to celebrate an anniversary, will you include the 6 weeks that you spend in the house?
I haven't even thought about it, to be honest. But yeah, now it's been 12 weeks, so it's kind of serious now, huh?
Yeah, but I don't know. Does 6 weeks apart make it harder or easier?
Harder, because we've sort of been reacquainting ourselves with each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's very weird to sort of get to know each other again and become sort of familiar and chat. And today he was sort of saying, is everything okay? And I was like, I just feel like I've left all of my friends and it's really overwhelming. And so I'm just, you know,
you've got a big adjustment to make. You know, you go to an airport now to catch a plane, everybody will know who you are. You walk down the street, they'll know who you are.
It happened last night. I was meeting people and saying, oh, hi, I'm Susanna. And they're like, duh. I'm like, oh, all right.
And so was he good while you were away in the house?
Yes, it better have been.
And he wasn't jealous about the Thomas Zoran thing?
I don't think he's a fan of them at the moment. He might be dialing some, you know, to evict them out of the house or something. But
no, he should keep them in there. He probably wants them away from you. Now, we're going to get on with our nominations. We're going to get your comments at the end of this, OK? Now, you know that everyone has to nominate the person who is the threat or competition for them, all
yes,
right?
I love it.
Great. All right, now, last week, the household self-styled king of comedy, Joel, nominated Jamie for taking things too seriously and Rebecca for changing her personality after learning she was nominated. Now, tonight, of course, all housemates can nominate for one reason and one reason only. As we said, who they see as their greatest threat. So let's cross to the diary room now and find out who the jokers are in Joel's deck.
Joel, for 2 points, who do you nominate as your biggest threat to winning Big Brother and why?
For 2 points, I nominate Travis. I think he's the biggest threat because he's the most genuine guy in the house, and I believe that. And I think he's just the most well-rounded and the most genuine. It's been said before, and that's what I believe as well.
Why does he have more chance of winning over you specifically?
Over me specifically because I think that people understand him more than what they understand me. They may see me as someone just to have fun with, but with him I know that they see him as more understanding and more serious at all times.
Accepted. For 1 point, who do you nominate as your next biggest threat and why?
Yeah, for 1 point I would nominate Alicia because she is seen as everyone's little sister, including mine. She's bubbly and her personality will get everybody up in circumstances where it's down. She keeps everyone alive, and when the house needs it, she'll bring the house right back up.
Why does that make her a potential threat?
Because people love to have her around. I don't know who doesn't want someone like that inside this house or outside in the world, and especially in here you need that because there's going to be times when you're emotional, times when things are really down, so you need someone like her.
That is all.
Join.
No clapping.
Billy, to the diary room.
Yeah.
Billy.
Oh, Billy.
Look, Billy, you.
Billy,
Big Brother.
for 2 points, who do you nominate as your biggest threat to winning Big Brother and why?
For 2 points, my biggest threat is Travis. I feel Travis is very well liked within the group. He's a family man and he is very appealing to be someone to take it out.
Why is he more appealing to you to take it out?
He's just one of the most genuine blokes I've ever met in my life, and I think that rubs off on a lot of other people. And we'd all like to see him win it. I would, and that's why I think he's the biggest competition.
Accepted. For 1 point, who do you nominate as your next biggest threat and why?
For 1 point, I have to nominate Andrew. To date, he's been the most competitive in Friday night games. He's taken it out twice. He can probably continue to do that for the rest of the series. And it gives him the next step every time it comes to the Monday nominations, and it can always put him in the next best position to be there.
Accepted. That is all.
Thanks.
Whoa, that score is getting up, isn't it, for Andrew and Travis? Remember, 5 people will be nominated this evening. At the moment, we've only got a possibility of 3. Now, as a newly seasoned intruder, our warbling Tassie lyrebird Laura is able to nominate this week for the first time since entering the nest. Now, she's disturbed some Big Brother wildlife with her possibly moon-motivated moods, but have they ruffled her feathers? As an intruder struggling to survive in the Big Brother house, who will Laura perceive as her competition? And more to the point, why?
Laura, for 2 points, who do you nominate as your biggest threat to winning Big Brother and why?
For me at the moment, I think that my biggest threat would be Daniela, basically because coming in as intruders, we are compared against each other, and I feel that whether I like it or not, in situations we have, we are being compared against each other, and I think that could make me look worse or better, and at the moment, because I think she's caught on to it as well, it's making me look worse.
Accepted. For 1 point, who do you nominate as your next biggest threat and why?
I nominate Emma. Because her her opinions can be quite influential on the house.